is it in like an hour and a half? I never really stay
Yeah.
after that, so you know, sleep schedule.
PD to EMS. Can you come down to MRPD for a downed officer?
I'm not in route already. Sorry, my thingy wasn't working.
I know that.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
Also, Michaela's in the lobby, by the way.
Perfect. Let me talk to her.
Marcy, Sam's on the way.
10-4.
Oh, yes sir, yes sir.
Flipendo!
Hello there.
Yeah, Flipendo!
Flipendo in the house.
This is Miss Jasmine right here.
Dance floor.
She's here to contact you about. I'm sorry, it's no longer Miss Jasmine. What's your new last name?
This is a Flipendo thing.
This is
Oh
Miss
yeah, I
William.
know him.
Start twerking. Come on, bro. Start twerking.
There you go.
Nice, bro. I had a dollar bill. I'd give you one, but I don't.
He said if I have a dollar bill, I'd give you.
We have
Yeah.
we have a supervisor meeting, and then I'm gonna bring it up, so that we can, you know, figure out what we can, what we can let you do basically.
Thank you, sir. Oh my
It's like in 30 minutes, I believe, so that we get some
Really?
clarity. If you can also make a list of what you want to do, like what
Go for Stanley.
you think would be interesting, that would be fine. Yeah, I was very busy, sorry. But if you can make a list of what you think would be interesting, and then with the supervisors, I will go over it. I know it's probably a bit harder for you because, you know, you don't know what PD does yet, or like, you know, you get the big lines.
I'm so confused. I just lost Wi-Fi.
Rebecca, what's wrong?
What's that dude doing next to my car? If that dude gets in my car, y'all better go arrest that fucker.
Yeah, I think it will be like something like that, and then we also like each 2
car
weeks
stopped
we go over the roster of LSPD, and then we, you know, get the hours. I think I told you that, right? That we like get the hours, the amount of reports, stuff like that.
Hey Malik.
So I think that, and then
I'm sorry.
Yeah, same here.
what I also think would be nice if you help with the whole secretary stuff, like find people that can help with us. Like, we need to get this place running, the whole secretary shit.
But what happened with that report?
But yeah, I will email you right after the,
Guys making complaint?
what is it called? The supervisor meeting is over, because then I will have the captains and high command there, and then we can figure shit out. I kind of waited for, you know, that. Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah, you still there, bro?
Ooh, nice. Good shit. Oh yeah, I think you emailed me that yesterday. I have been in head busy too, with, like, work.
Wait, are you going for LSPD? Am I asking?
What'd you say?
Are you becoming an LSPD?
I don't know anything about it.
What
That's
is your
I
new
went for.
last
I
name?
got hired, but it's just my my record. I got to clear in 15 days.
Yeah, yep. Give me 1 minute. I'm gonna get my head.
Perfect. Okay, I noted it down so that we so that I don't forget. But I will not forget. It's on my mind. Either way, you will get an answer today. So just hang on for a little bit longer. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's also holidays, so you know we're not gonna fire someone or whatever because of the holidays.
Yo, bro, do you have a cold?
Yeah.
You know what ginger root is?
Uh-huh.
You know that helps with colds?
Yeah, I have been doing that actually.
There's this thing called gingins you can get. You take 2 a day, and you'll be surprised what that does. And also, hardcore liquor will also help whiskey, like the burning version of it, like the flaming hot.
Yeah,
Very-
and,
Taking a little shot of that with it will help clear your cold within like 2 days.
hot honey also works. Or should work.
It just flushes it into your system. Not in a good way though either, and not trying to be weird or anything.
I get what you mean actually.
If you know what I'm trying to say.
I think I do, yeah. Okay, I will be in touch for you. I need to go to
Well,
the
I'm a
high command
officer,
meeting now.
good boy. I'm a fucking bad boy. I'm naughty. Okay?
Yeah, I will. Just email me today too. Like send me
You
a
know these
message in
tattoos
caps.
that I have on my
Where is
on here?
Sam? Answer me. And
Costing
then,
me 120 each.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
fucking- they're looking
See
mad
you
as
soon.
hell.
Hit. And now they calling their boys,
Morning, Sam.
and I'm
Good evening.
getting fucking killed.
Evening, yeah.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
So
Wow.
I just gave them all 30 months.
No, that's
Fuck it.
understandable. No, that's completely understandable. I've been in similar boats before. I won't even lie to you.
What is that?
Alright, I'm just gonna be 100% real. And I know I probably shouldn't say this, but hypothetically, I may or may not have your live eyes. And why the fuck do I have black
41.
lip gloss on for you?
In route to
I
Legion
don't
Square
have that for me.
for down civilian.
It might be because of this.
They grabbed him from me
I
and
have
brought him
that
to the
too.
hospital. There's no one here.
And then also
Nah,
a
there's
little bit of
another
something
call.
else to make it,
It was
you know,
two.
cloudy out. If you look,
Okay.
it looks dark. I know it's nighttime.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
And punch me.
Say less. Say less.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I have emotes now too. I made my own
No,
emotes.
no, I'm sorry, but that's the only one I will use. That's my favorite emote. That one there is my entire personality in one picture. I refuse to use any other one. You can ask Billy. I have been using that for 8 fucking months.
Which one?
His, it's the
It's
DJ going boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, 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 changing colors.
Okay, gotcha.
refuse-
I will talk to the right people to get it removed. Say less.
I put it in my I put it in my live eyes so I can use it as well anywhere.
Damn it.
I stole it from Billy. Here, let me see what you have though.
What I have where?
I like this one the most. How it sticks like that.
SDO 5 plus
Yeah, it's perked on
3 to
top.
Pacific West for down civilian.
I only made a few because it was actually pretty hard to get them to where they were. I was just like, fuck.
Yeah.
How you doing, Sam? How you feeling, Papa? Haven't seen you in a couple days.
Yeah, I've been busy with in-hand work, you know, holidays, so need to be
I
there a
feel
bit
you.
more.
I'm off for the next 2 weeks, so it's about to
Ooh.
be live eyes all the time.
Ooh, that's nice.
I
I'm
might
actually
pull a 24
I better
hour.
get my
Yeah,
bank
that's
account
crazy.
ready.
Why? Why you gotta get your bank account ready?
You know I show love.
Yeah.
You can also do that in other ways, man. Not everything is about money.
No, I don't. But that's just how I
Just
support my
run
family.
it to him and just hug him, and he will be happy.
Oh, I hug everybody.
I'm always happy.
Where my hug at? I'm kidding. This ain't high school.
Don't be that. Don't be that guy.
Nope.
Dude.
Nope. You ruined the
You know,
moment.
you want to know what's crazy? It was not a dude that did that at my school. It was always a girl, and she would come up to me like, "Where my hug at? Who the fuck are you, girl?"
That shit was
back
so
up."
cringe. Now I look back at it.
You should have seen my live eyes earlier. I sniped 3 people. Ended the turf right there, bro. Ended
That's
the turf.
crazy.
Sure.
Did you see my new gun, Malik? Or like sound?
Let me see.
D12 plus 1
It
back.
has a sound. Let me hear it. That's Billy's sound.
Yes. Now it's a Star Wars gun. Yeah, it's the nicest one of all of them.
Should be here in a couple days.
This is the sound of my gun.
Yeah, we're in the ticket working on it.
This is my
I
gun.
want to hear my gun.
Wait, did you
My
guys
gun-
just see
Oh
that?
hell no, that ain't no gun. That ain't no gun.
Wait, why can I shoot with my taser? Do you guys see
What
that?
do you mean? It always does that. That's the tracer. It's like a
No,
tracer.
in my eyes, I literally see like 2 bullets. The tracer and then a bullet. I think in my eyes, I think
I
I'm
don't know.
scuffed.
But did you know Nerf guns can shoot 1 real bullet?
Mm-hmm.
Is that? Oh, that's cool. That's funny. Oh, he's gonna kill us. Yes, question. There is a small chance that Corleone forgot about the meeting.
We were in the freaking
I don't wanna know.
high
I
command
give
When?
meeting channel until like 10 a.m. this morning.
Yeah,
Daily
I woke
police
up and saw
department.
that.
Yeah, we were in there for a long time. Bronson and everybody.
What was it about?
Okay, have fun.
A lot of like just like
Sure.
Vin, and then
Actually, bye-bye.
I'm
Thank you
gonna
for your
call the
service.
police on you.
Thank you for your service.
It's not for a long time.
Did I get brought up?
Well, maybe stop
Miss you, Dante.
I'm gonna miss you too,
Save-
man. And
Save your
too,
outfit,
man.
Dante.
Sorry, just so I can hear you. Because you're quiet compared to him. Okay.
Hello there.
Yeah,
How are you?
tired.
How late is it for you now?
No, it's 11 a.m., but
You just grind it in the evening or in the night? I don't know if Wilson is gonna. Oh, he's active in the Discord right now. But I think he said that he couldn't instantly or something.
What happened?
no, that's
We have a.
that's fine.
that's
I just want
coming back. He's been fired 2 times already.
just wanted an opportunity to
Yeah.
to you guys or something.
Wait, can you repeat? You were cutting off.
Oh, they just wanted to talk to you guys. There seems to be a miscommunication.
About the miscommunication about the strikes, you mean, or something else?
Just uniforms. They feel undermined by you guys or something.
That lies in the private room. In the lobby, I mean. There you go.
I probably got to make a high command one, but that's fine.
Yeah, that makes sense. They feel
Look-
undermined in what kind of, like, specific
something-
situations, or?
Yeah, I mean, they'll probably share more with you than I will, but because I don't. They feel undermined about the uniforms, so they wanted to. They were just sharing some grievances last night, and then there's that situation with Vindarl, and the. I also wanted to explain to them the why striking somebody for cussing is dumb.
Yeah, it is. The only reason that I said I would strike him, is because I have been working with him. He lied in my face about, doing certain things. But even then, I wouldn't probably have done that. I should probably have explained myself better, though.
Yeah, only because they set the standard, right? So if we strike somebody for this, and it's something that everybody does, then are we gonna strike everybody, right?
Yeah,
You're-
exactly.
So if one person gets strikes for it, right, and then he hears somebody do the exact same thing in the exact same tone, because if you watch it, it's a context clip. I mean, he does say he is humming. I mean, the scene looks like they need to be more. They need to be more critical in how they review these body cams, because if people are getting strikes for things like that, then they're striking everybody. They're also letting Marcy, who, whenever none of us are around, likes to think that she's high command. So she'll lead the conversation, and Marcy wanted to fire Vin. In my opinion, he shouldn't have been hired back, but I don't really care one way or another. But she wanted to fire him for it. So is he gonna fire Allie?
Or, yeah, exactly. Or himself.
Or himself, because they cuss.
And,
Every other word is
yeah.
a cuss word. So
Exactly. I mean, it's an 18+ city, right? So it's kind of brain dead. And I mean, if you have, other situations that happened before, like I obviously, I have a lot of things that I could say to him, like, hey, this is why you're fired, and give him a whole list. But just for this, for example, the whole TikToking, Vin Darrell is always on TikTok. Like, that's fine in his head, whatever. But he just needs to learn to mute himself or whatever, and then it's all fine.
yeah, I get that. But here's the thing: there's still procedures that we have to follow, right? Like Bronson said, it's always been this way. The only time it's not is, and it's like that for people, so people don't get targeted. I can't just go and fire whoever I want. I have to have a reason. I have to be able to articulate. And if I say, well, I fired Vin Darrell because he cussed, they didn't really get it. They were like, well, it's so unprofessional. Well, is it?
Yeah,
'Cause
from
you
all
gotta-
the things that he could have done, he could
You
have
gotta-
shot everyone there, and that would be another thing, but just humming.
If he said, "You stupid bitch," I wasn't fucking talking to you, that's different. Right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
tone was, I wasn't fucking talking to you. I was in my own head, humming. He was literally humming. The scene was already the scene looked dumb anyways, and they all eventually died anyways by Wallace. Like, they gotta start thinking like that. Like, okay, well, how was his tone? What did he actually say? Oh, okay, why is SASP, especially one that's retarded?
Yeah,
coming up
he
to
is
us and,
brain dead.
and really over exaggerating. And then also, what does he do? Oh, he's Secret Service, so he's sucking off all the people who he believes will take him to a higher position. And people gotta understand, Secret Service don't mean nothing to me, right?
Yeah, true.
Or the Secret Service is nothing. Like, it's made up.
It's a glorified bodyguard. That's it.
You gotta think of it like, who is XO1, who is XO2. Like, these guys didn't cut it as PD. They never cut it as PD. He can claim, oh, I was SO1. Not him. XO2 was SO1, but that means nothing. He was, while I was Lima 2, I pushed him around. Like, the sheriffs don't mean nothing as far as I'm concerned, because they're a joke department right now.
Yeah, true, for sure.
But well, they just want to talk to you guys about the uniforms, which I'm fine with. I personally don't. Um, I'd rather everybody be in a uniform. I wear a black shirt with the police on the back, so they should all be able to wear a uniform. You earn it. I get where the captains are coming from.
Yeah, I think there's also just a lot of miscommunication around that because, for example, there was a guy that asked me if he could wear a certain thing, and I said yes, but then it turned out that Porciana already said no, and he didn't mention that to me, and then I instantly went to him and said, like, if she said no, then it's also a no from me.
Yeah. That's my thing. I think they need to do a better job at explaining themselves. Like sometimes, so they need to not be in their feelings, and I'll talk to them. Not be in their feelings when you guys say yes to something and they didn't explain to you that they have already said no, because they can't get mad about that. They got to be able to. There needs to be an open communication with you guys, so that way, if they say no and you guys because they're like kids, they'll go, okay, well, I don't really care what you say because I'll just go to high command, and we obviously aren't privy to all the information, so we go, sure, it's like whatever. They can't get booty tito. They need to come to us and go, and then we'll go, oh, okay. But we have to listen. So if they go, well, they came to me and said no, and then you got to go, oh, okay. And then it should be, you should talk to that person. Tell them, well, obviously, like if you try to undermine a captain, again, you're gonna get striked, and you have to wear this uniform.
Yeah, I feel like a lot goes wrong where captains or we say something to someone and it's just not communicated to all the rest. So we probably, want to find a way to, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, something that I wanted to bring... Oh, did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
I don't know if you know Michaela William. She's like a new cadet, but she's in-head mute, so, she can't talk. And she did the whole prison shit, but she is asking if she can do, like, something else in PD that helps us, but is less a harsh environment, I guess. Because she already got a lot of negativity, and it's hard for her, obviously, to protect herself. And she apparently spoke to the president, and he suggested, why don't you guys make like an administrative role for her? And she kind of liked that idea. So I don't know what you think about it.
So, secretary.
Well, probably a bit more like basically, yeah. But like not a front desk person, but someone that can, for example, check the reports, check if they are okay, shit like that. And then obviously, in my eyes, it's fine if she still goes on the field, but always with someone. She can, for example, be the driver, and then, the other person is calling out, stuff like that.
I don't know. We'll have to think about it. It's kind of weird because you're asking somebody who's brand spanking new to go over and review everybody's work,
Well, I wanna, start it slow, like see how she does with certain things, and then go from there. Because she honestly did good, but I also get it from her point of view.
Like she's mute? She can't talk at all?
Yeah, not at all. And she can do the sign language thing, but it takes a long time before she can actually say
Is it
something.
because she can't physically talk, or she doesn't have a mic?
No, physically not able to talk. Yeah.
Oh.
And since obviously my real life job, I have a soft spot for people like that, so I want to figure something out that makes sense for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that, but That's fine with me.
Okay, perfect. I will try to figure something out.
Well, interesting. I've never had something like that. Okay.
And then I
Yeah.
guess the biggest uniform thing is about the Dakota, or because that's the only one I believe that right now has permission from Vincent and me to wear something that is not in the uniform thing.
Apparently, Allie doesn't wear her uniform either. Here's my thing with the. I personally like having everybody in the uniform, the correct uniform. I might even get stricter on headwear. Like I'd rather it just be if you're gonna wear a hat, it needs to be black or have police on it. You can't have, I'm not gonna start taking away like. We'll probably be the strictest when it comes to uniform.
Yeah, that's.
I don't,
Yeah.
Oh well, then you had Doug who wore pajamas, the blue pajamas.
Yep. Yeah, Dog apparently is disrespecting a lot of captains, but I didn't see him for a while, so I think, he just flies in, do some stupid shit, flies out, so if he keeps doing that, then it's simple.
Well, I already told them they can check him. Like, they need to stop this. People gotta. I don't know why people think. He said like, oh well, Corleone said I can do it. I was like, I didn't even know he was hired. I didn't talk to him once, so he lied. And if you guys strike him, don't be afraid when people go, well, Corleone this, because if you talk to me and you said did it, and I said no, then you call his ass in there and strike him. Like, well, no, we're not gonna undermine those types of strikes. Like if there's a valid reason. And I didn't necessarily undermine the Vintaro one. I was gonna let it happen, but I wanted to have a meeting to discuss it, and then I was probably gonna take it off after.
Yeah. Well, and I think that if you didn't remove it, then Bronson would have removed it. So.
Yeah, it was dumb. I didn't like it. Okay, so I'm glad I watched the video because it was the most irritating thing I've ever seen in my life. All right, let's switch over to the PD one.
Yeah, Pilson said to me in emails that the captains are comparing about Dakota, which we both said is okay, but have said nothing about Ellie or Chicago. It literally looks like they're targeting him because he's new to LSPD. I messaged and told them multiple times I've allowed it, and they still threatened to strike him.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like, it's a communication thing. Like, they're in their feelings, and if they don't like something, then they need to be able to come to you and articulate. But you have to listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
You're still the assistant chief, so. No, obviously, I'm trying to hear everybody out. I understand where they're coming from. They're upset, so they gotta talk to you and not whatever it is. Try and call people out. They need to get comfortable.
Yep.
Talking to you. But if they say no, especially for a uniform, you should, we need to have their back.
Yeah.
But also, it's.
Do you also wanna, with the captains, discuss Caitlyn, or how do you? Because she is brain dead, like bringing up things during a conversation that doesn't make sense. Targeting Porciana, shit like that. Do we want to do something about that, or like, how do we see that?
Oh yeah, so next time she does something in City, she'll be demoted, and then she'll probably quit.
Yep.
This is like seeing it, telling me, what was it? Oh, that's targeted because I cuss she's an idiot. She clearly missed my message.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. And we literally talked to her yesterday about this type of shit.
Right, like she's retarded because I was clearly defending the rest of PD. I mean,
yeah.
Hello, that was a brain dead decision. Like, that's why she fucking didn't respond back. All right, let's join him.
Yep.
You guys can't join the Psychoman channel, right?
No, we cannot.
Perfect.
No.
I think I used to be able to see it.
Yeah, we made the supervisor one for you.
Weird.
Let's wait for Porciana. Jimmy.
I thanked them again, so they all know. I told them all to join the supervisor office. There you go. That's Jimmy. Porciana.
Is Felson coming back?
I don't know, let me message him. But I think he was only here for the I comment one. He's also offline from Discord, so I guess he's doing whatever he's doing. I think he was at work today actually, so that explains it. I think we can just start, and then if someone joins, I will move them. But I think we have everyone important.
I think Dante wants to join the
I know.
I don't know.
If he wants to be LSPD, then he needs to switch, you know?
Well, what if this is his way of getting his foot in the door?
Just sit there and keep your mouth shut.
You mean like 75?
Huh?
Oh, bruh.
Yeah, Philson
set a
is not
channel
responding,
status.
so...
Do y'all have Christmas in Europe?
No, we don't know what Christmas is.
Excellent.
Yeah, we have it.
I can't set the channel status.
But we have it less stream. I don't know. I don't know how it is in America. So. Aiden also is in the PC right now. Actually, Filson is back online, so could be that he joins. He asked me to summarize it for him, so we can just start without him.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to start this meeting by saying, Marcy, you're fired. Appreciate all your service, but you're just no longer needed here.
Rejected. Incorrect format. Reply in 2 weeks.
I want to talk to you guys about the Vindaro.
Marcy. Goodbye. I'll CK. So let's take you to the roof so we can go ahead and CK you out of PD.
Why?
I'm in the meeting right now. I'm sorry.
You guys striked him for what exactly? You guys striked him for cussing? And then I hear you guys striked him for his past. Explain to me why.
His tone of voice and attitude, especially with this being his third chance or his third time in LSPD. He's been fired 2 times in the past. He's pretty much on like super thin ice, and it's always the same stuff that reapplies to him when it comes to breaking SOPs. That's my understanding of it.
Okay, let me ask you this. Was his tone of voice negative when he said I'm not fucking talking to you?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay. Do you cuss, Marcy?
From time to time, yes.
So anytime you cuss, and if I feel it has a negative context, should I strike you?
I understand. You make a fair point. You do. Obviously, my answer is gonna be no. It's more for me, like I said, it's more or less about the tone of voice and attitude, especially in a situation where you're representing yourself for the third time as PD.
That's brain dead. You're not representing yourself a third time as PD. You're representing yourself. I'm not representing myself first time as PD. This is a year plus. I've been representing myself as PD. I represent myself every day. This is not his third time. This is his 300th time. But
sorry,
I'm not gonna get you guys sure, he did some things in the past. I can't go right and go, well, Marcy has cussed at somebody and I'm gonna fire her for it. Especially with a tone like that. There's procedures you guys gotta follow. There's procedures I have to follow. And I don't just get to fire you guys willy-nilly. I gotta go through a procedure. You guys are on a strike system. And on the second strike, if you're still on the first, you will get fired. But that kind of stuff is not strike-worthy. You guys are setting a standard. If you guys fire somebody or strike somebody for cussing, well, guess what? Now you'll have to strike everybody for cussing. And we're not going to do that. Because then I'd fire Marcy, I'd fire Corsiana, I'd fire Jimmy Dunn, I'd fire, maybe not Lucy, I don't think I've ever heard a cuss word come out of her mouth. But I'd fire a lot of you guys. Allie'd probably fire next time she flies in. And I'd make you do it, Marcy. Yeah, it makes no... Go ahead.
That's unfair, making me fire her.
Well, you were so adamant about firing Vindaro for something that Ali does 24/7.
No, I wasn't adamant about firing Vendero.
That's not what I heard.
So I said that this is his third time being PD. I'm okay with him receiving any punishments. I have almost the entire decision recorded on body cam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I even have the talk I had with him in the garage while we waited for Porciana
Mm-hmm.
on body cam, where I explained to him like, hey, look it, you're on thin ice and everything. This is your third time being PD. There's a reason why we're not firing you. It's because we still like you, but you have to follow SOPs, and I explained it to him.
What did he break in the SOP?
I believe it's either 2.0 or 2.2. Let me pull it up quickly. Document.
'Cause I watched the body
SOPs.
cam. I didn't. There was sort of a joke that you guys had to meet about it. It's pretty embarrassing. Like it makes it seem like I have to be there for every strike. If you guys are gonna do something like this, it's irritating. The person who brought it up is goofy as hell and does the same thing. You guys take Secret Service too seriously. Secret Service doesn't get police training. All of them, if they were in PD, are probably the weakest members in PD. Their director is somebody who can never make it as high command, who breaks our SOPs regularly every time he's on PD. Can't wear his sheriff's vest because he thinks XO1 gives him some kind of authority over the rest of you. And I'm getting fed up. I might take it to where I make every decision, or one of the high command, because this kind of nonsense where he's humming in a scene where all the PD is dead and everybody's just standing around doing nothing is more concerning to me than him humming and that woman who's not fearing for her life, right? If everybody's dead in there, why are you still on your knees with your fucking hands behind your back? You guys are PD. Well, the hostages are secure, right? Get them out of there. You still got hostages on their knees, and he's over there humming, and she calls him out, and he goes, well, I wasn't fucking talking to you, in that exact tone. And you guys are having a meeting about it. For what? He didn't go, bitch, mind your fucking business. I'm humming to myself. It's a little bit more extreme than he goes, I wasn't fucking talking to you. I wasn't fucking talking to you. Something I say all the time. If I strike him for that, I strike everybody for it. No, I really don't care. I'll do it. For funsies, to prove my point. And then when all of LSPD is gone, what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys gonna be captains of? You guys gotta think about why you're striking him. You guys gotta look at the body cam. It's a 2-minute body cam of absolutely nothing. It's a context clip. The fact that the badge one was even in the discussion is irritating. He clearly told her, my thing is not updated, but here it's Lima 145, and then showed it with Vindaro so they can fucking make a report. I go see the report and I go, what do you want me to do? Like, so what? Everybody that gets a report, I'm supposed to strike. You guys are supposed to be threatened with lawsuits, and you guys take that seriously. And like, I give a fuck about a lawsuit paying out $10 million while we have $1.2 billion And the thing, we don't even do payouts like that. We don't even go to court like that. And you guys are over here worried about lawsuits? I need you guys to worry about LSPD's growth and why we're stagnant. Where's the activity? Understand why we don't have activity right now, and hope that it gets better, because if it doesn't get better, people are going to be moved. You've seen me move people countless times. If you guys aren't cutting it, right? Because I worry about lawsuits, and I don't give a fuck about lawsuits. Like, if they come, they come. I'll go to court. That's my job. That's not your job. Your job is to make sure PD is running, to make sure trainings are being done, to make sure people are following the SOP on the field, to delegate, to organize, make sure people are in the proper uniforms. My job to worry about the extra stuff. You guys fighting, which for some reason you guys all seem to bicker with each other instead of work as a team. Some of you do, some of you are better than others. You guys need to realize, like, none of you captains are above each other. You guys are on the same level. Okay. Porciana. Did Marcy say, I want to fire Vendara? Or we should fire Vendara? Something firing Vendara.
Marcy was winning. You was leaning more towards the firing than Durham. And one of the main things you pointed out was because, or that what made it so disrespectful to you was because the whole, I think you said fuck or something after all. I don't know how you said it, but you said he was like, whatever he said, and then waited a few minutes or waited a few seconds, and it was like the fuck or whatever. So that's why she had that whole outlook. Because it was like after he said the whole thing, and then a few seconds later, he was like, the fuck or whatever.
Oh, yes, because of the tone of voice and attitude he gave towards it.
Watch the body cam. What tone of voice are you talking about? He simply said, I was a fucking doctor. He has an accent. Are we gonna get him for his accent? His accent may make it seem like, but there is no tone. If you listen, there's no tone. And he didn't continue to cuss at her. He is more like, well, I wasn't talking to you. Like, who cares if I'm humming?
Fair point.
There is, by the way, a reason that I said, in my eyes, he should be fired. I was, waking up, seeing the clips. I have been, like a lot of people know, working with him a lot of times, trying to correct his mistakes, I guess, and like mentoring him. And when I saw that, he lied to me about the badge, I was like, okay, fuck him at that moment in time. Is that wrong for me for just putting that in supervisors? Sure. Yeah, I should know better and, wait a bit and then say it properly and give details about what I'm saying. But I think you all know that, once I talk with someone, I'm probably very soft and understanding and whatever. And I shouldn't have fired him or wouldn't have fired him. But I do think that if you have mentored someone and, spent a lot of time on someone, you don't necessarily have more to say, but, your arguments not necessarily value more, but I don't really know how to explain it, but I think you guys get it. So that was wrong on my end for just saying, he should be fired in my eyes without giving the context why I thought that. And even then it would be, stupid to fire him for lying about a badge, right? And I do think that communication is a big issue. Like, obviously also on my end in this case, but I think in general where we talk to someone, for example, and then it's not communicated to the rest of us, and then the same talk happens, like it's more global, right? It's not only this case. And then, like Corleone already said, like there is a lot of bickering slash bitching slash whatever it is in the supervisor chat role, whatever, and that really needs to stop. We are a team. We are leading the biggest department, the department that literally sets standards for all the rest. For example, if we make something, it's just a question of time before the other departments follow. And we can't have it that we are bickering or, you know, doing stupid shit towards each other, because then we will get nowhere.
For me on my side, like I was saying, the reason I felt the way I did is like what Sam said. I helped Sam finish the last thing, and then we, both explained to him that he's gonna be harder on him, So that's kind of where I stood on it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I get that you see it that way, but I have been guiding that guy and mentoring him for like 3-4 months. So we have a. I understand him and he understands me and he accepts it from me. But me being harder towards him is something that I can do because of the quote-unquote relationship that we have between each other. And if you don't have that, if you don't know all the details and stuff, then it's kind of weird to also be harder on him if you don't know why I'm doing that. It's not because I don't like him. It's because I do know and think that he could be a very good, or like, I'm not gonna say he will ever be a captain. Maybe he will be in like 4 years from now when he doesn't do dumb shit anymore. But I do think that he would be a good officer. And on the end of the day, that should be everyone's worry, right? Every officer in the department should be mentored to where they are at least like corporals or whatever. If that's their end goal and they will never reach higher in the department, that's fine. Because we need, we also need officers. We can't all be supervisors, because then how would that work, right? Some people are just not cut out to be higher as whatever. So I do think that in this case, a view was used that in my eyes doesn't really make sense. Because you need to be able to back up arguments by either having good arguments, So let's just avoid whatever happened yesterday. Like, if it's for example, I also got body cam, what was it? A while ago I got body cam from someone from LSPD that was just playing basketball in front of MRPD. And officers, I don't even remember the situation. Could I have striked that guy? Sure. Because, it's kind of weird to play basketball in front of MRPD. Or you can just go to the guy, talk about it, explain why it's, stupid to play basketball on duty. And then if he does it again, then sure, you can strike him, but there needs to be a talk. And we need to be better at communicating said talk. So that we don't have the same person being talked like 5 times to. For the same shit. Because that also is, wrong. So I will think about a way that we can communicate that better, but not being something that we, more paperwork or whatever. So I will think about that. I don't know yet how.
Well, when I talk to somebody about some corrective actions, I always post it in the supervisor chat. I just add the captain's lieutenants, whatever, and I just say coached such and such about
Yeah, I saw that.
MDT.
I think that's already a good start, but the problem with that is, like, a month later, or like a week later, so much shit happens in the supervisors chat. No one is gonna, you know, remember it or go back or whatever. So we need a better way to keep track of that without it being stupid paperwork, right?
A simple channel where LSP supervisors only see it, and it's simply just a channel called verbal warnings or punishments received and whatnot. And we only type in there, oh, talk to Limo 111 about not shooting people like that anymore. And we don't yap in the channel. We simply use it as a log channel, the same way how PD log funds is used, where we only just use it for posting evidence and nothing else.
That could be a good start until I post something that somebody don't like, and then they want to question me about it, and I ignore them, and then they want to try it.
And that's where they take it to the LSPD supervisor chat, so there's no yapping in the channel.
No, they shouldn't be taking it nowhere. Don't fucking argue with me about nothing. Just leave me alone.
Well, I don't
That was
agree
my
with that.
point.
If people don't agree necessarily on what you said or whatever, it needs to be able to be a conversation. However, the thing is, I'm a Discord guy, right? I conversate a lot in Discord, but all the important shit needs to happen either, you know, in a voice chat or in city. And if, for example, Porciana, you I'm just gonna say something stupid, right? If you note down in that channel that Jimmy was eating a donut in MRPD, I'm just saying something stupid, right? Then I should be able to say to you in city, I don't agree on that, and then give arguments. I do think that if people give arguments, then it's a whole other thing than me tagging you and saying, why the hell did you strike him? Or, you know, why the hell did you warn him or whatever. I do think that context and the way you approach things is very important in cases like that.
If anything, you can make it a dread channel where it's dreads.
Well, the thing is, like I just said, I don't want shit like that to be discussed in the emails. So you just put it down in the emails, and then if it's wrong or you don't agree on it or whatever, you just discuss it in city. And I think coming from me, that probably uses the most Discord of anyone, already says enough, right? Because I do think that it's kind of stupid to discuss shit like, you know, all the conversation that happened in supervisor should be very important. You know, an announcement about roster duty, whatever. Calling everyone in city, or, you know, asking everyone to come in city that is available to. That chat should only be used for very important shit and not the bitching between each other or talking about something that you should talk about in city. And obviously, you know, if there is something and you can't be in city, then, you know, it's a line. But if we make the process or the concept that it's already through the emails, then we are already doing something wrong.
Like, because if you guys bicker at each other, right, in emails, then you guys get upset. That's emails. Like, I really don't feel. I don't really like doing anything. It's for punishment wise. So if you guys do something in city, it's easier for me to go in and say, well, Caitlyn called Porciana a bitch. Obviously, in emails, you know, you can only go so far before you do get strike. But if, you know, goes in city and Caitlyn or whoever is being rude and undermining, I can then watch the body cam fly in and strike and suspend that person, right? One of the other things I want to talk about was your guys' communication with the other high command. If you guys say no and they do that kid shit, or they'll go to a high command for a yes, don't get in your feelings. Reach out and say, hey, I previously said no to him. I'm just letting you know. And I already talked to the high command. They should be receptive about going, oh, okay, and then taking away whatever they just granted. Because it's not, I don't like you guys feeling a type of way, and I also don't want you guys to feel a certain way about high command if they are unaware that you guys already said no. Alright, so give them a chance. They're pretty good at, understanding the situation. So if you guys say no, they say yeah. You guys, calm down. Just talk to them, and you guys will figure it out. But I have decided that we are gonna do. Everybody's gonna be in the correct uniform, and I'm even gonna take away hats. It's either a black cap, it's either gonna be a baseball cap or no hat at all. Right? It can be a black hat, baseball cap, either blank or with a police insignia. Okay? That's for everybody. So we'll take away all exceptions come the announcement. The only people obviously that have exceptions to wear something outside the uniform would be detectives. Okay.
I do believe that Jimmy is also setting some guidelines for detectives. So.
Yep.
I do have a question, just because I don't know SWAT's guidelines. Is PD who's SWAT allowed to be in their SWAT outfits while clocked in as PD?
No.
No. SWAT is being called, right? So if there is a big situation and we call SWAT, then you go in your uniform.
No, I don't care. SWAT has no jurisdiction in my department. The only time that you guys will act as SWAT is when SWAT is activated or when they're doing SWAT shit. There's no reason for you guys to be dressed up as SWAT, looking goofy as fuck. I don't care. Cone can bitch, and if Cone wants to bitch, then I'll make it to where only LSPD people can be in detectives, and then I'll take half his department. Whatever's remaining that hasn't left already, I'll take. Because let's be real, the detectives are the most active subdivision by far.
And they're giving results.
And it's not a fucking club for 4 people.
Exactly. So Jimmy, lots of credits for that.
Thank you. I'm working hard. Me and Bill both.
I mean, that's it for me. I mean, if you guys want to share some things with Flipendo, now's the time to speak.
Well, I already said my part with Flipendo.
I'll be right.
The whole misunderstanding that we had with what you just pretty much addressed with people going around me, and because then just like I asked them, like, why am I a cancer? Like what? I'm not one of those people that rank really matters to me. I don't see rank, I see respect. If you disrespect me, I don't care your position, I'm gonna disrespect you back. And then if you want to fire me from that or you want to do whatever from that, then we go from there. But that's just how I am in the head. Even just a while ago, I was supposed to be at work an hour ago. I told them I got a meeting, let me just wait for my meeting. She said, no, your schedule gave me attitude. And I was like, okay, I'll be there at 5. That's 3 hours after my shift. So then you send me back home or you fire me, whatever. I come back home, I fly in the city, have a good day. I don't care, but that's just how I am. Like, you gotta meet somewhere. Like, these people, I was telling them no about stupid shit, or simple shit, I would say. And then they all kept going around me, and it's not like an unintentional thing. They clearly said it. Oh, I'm gonna go ask this person. I'm gonna go ask that person. You go around me, and then they say yeah, and it's like, okay, like what? All right, I don't care no more. So then I turn around and I tell Philpin, or I said it in the general statement. I was just like, listen. Every blueberry that comes in, I'm letting them wear what they want to wear. So what's wrong with that? If I'm telling them they can't wear what they want to wear, if y'all turn around and say, yeah, anyways. So then I'm trying to get on the same page and say, okay, you know what? Here, y'all can wear what y'all want to wear. Now it's, oh, you're undermining me. I really don't have time for it. I genuinely don't. So I was going to ask Filson and Sam and everybody, if I was demoted, what do I lose, actually? What do I lose? Besides authority over somebody. That, okay, yeah. Do I have that authority right now anyways, when every time I say something, it's not mattering anyways? So, no. I'm literally live eyes every time I go in a city now, just because of shit like this, like just so people can see, or they try to say, oh, you did, or you did. No, bitch, you can go look at it yourself. I did not do. Like, I don't have time for it. I drive around most of the time by myself. Like, because bitches complain and crying, this shit is annoying, honestly. If I was just a fucking blueberry or whatever, to where I didn't even have to talk to certain fucking people, All I do is respond to the scenes, go get killed, or get in a car with gang unit and go help them kill somebody, or I get killed and then they kill them. That's more fun than just this shit. And bitches trying to fight me for a position. You want it, fucking, and y'all want it, and it's wanted to be given to these people, and these people feel like they earned it. Let them fucking get a try and go see. Like, I don't know, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck if I got demoted and Casey or whatever her name got promoted. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to you, because everything I do, and it's clear, Sam, Corleone, everybody, it's clear. Every time I type in that in the supervisor chat, we get into the bitchy back and forth bullshit, but it's never me. And of course, everybody would say that, but the emails are still there. I say what I say to somebody else, and then this fucking person all of a sudden just comes out and at me out of nowhere. I was literally talking to Corleone yesterday about something totally different, and then this bitch decides to at me out of the blue. Like, nothing Corleone said and nobody else said to you had anything to do with me. You know? Then every day you get on the radio. Like, that's the constant shit I don't have time for. I don't like the constant bitchy back and forth. That's pussy shit to me. Like, if we was in Call of Duty, I would have kept shooting your fucking body and just, I would have fucking put us in 1v1 shipment with no fucking end time. We would have been going all day until you fucking rage quit. I can't do that over here. I'm not a fucking shooter over here yet, but I'm working on it with Lucy and Ortiz. Anyways, that shit right there is insane, and I feel like honestly nobody's stopping it until I fuck around and rage, or I fuck around and get to the point I'm like, bitch, if they not gonna stop you from saying nothing to me, you ain't gonna listen to them. I'm gonna make sure you're gonna feel disrespected enough that you're not gonna say nothing to me, and it's gonna probably cost me my job. Then I gotta work on getting a crimso, or I gotta work on getting whatever else. I gotta work on buying my one-on-ones for that person. I don't know, however, but that's pretty much where I'm going at with it, to be honest, because this shit is fucking stupid. And I'm not a person to not just say something. I feel like if something is like, I don't like to be around bullshit at work, in head, in real life, whatever. I can't be around the drama. It needs to be addressed. That's how I operate. Even when I was a Blueberry and I first flew in, the Alex Boss person fucking was talking that shit to me. I brought it to all of y'all, and I told him in front of y'all, I would never respect you a day again in this city, because I was expressing to you how our gang unit and everybody else was making fun of what the one gang unit guy called me a fucking faggot or whatever he said, and then how Mitch kept fucking yelling at me, all that extra shit. I was like, no, I ain't not flying into a city to deal with this. The fuck? I just left Call of Duty for this fucking, well, it was really for cheaters. I ain't gonna deal with them over there. But anyways, like, no, like, that ain't what it is. I didn't go to a gang, whatever. I came to LSPD, you know?
So
I don't know. That was my whole thing.
Yeah, to you know, answer on in a short way, but a clear way. We know, right? Like you said, it's very obvious. The issue that there is like, we also have protocols, right? So we need to follow them. And one of those protocols is talking with those people. And obviously there is an issue between Caitlyn and yourself, right? But we are not brain dead. We know that it's not from your side. So I hope by now that you know that both Corleone and me, if we go for shit, right? We don't just let it be, and we try to solve it. So all I need from you is give us some time to figure it out. Decide what we all want to do, you know. And you know, it will be fixed. Just give us the time, because it's also holidays, in-hat shit, you know, all of that. So it just takes a bit longer than it honestly in my eyes should be. But just trust the process, honestly, and just give us some time to figure it out.
That's fair. But I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like I'm a person that gets, I don't know, I got the type of energy around me that people that just don't fit or they don't work, it never works out. Alex Vox, for example, he was the first one I got into it with, Corleone demoting him, and he fucking left. Or he fucking quit. At the end of the day, it didn't work out. Look at him. Second, another person I got into it with was Ali Hurd. That's self-explanatory. Another person I got, like, look at the people that I have these interactions with, you know?
Just keep in mind
like,
that... Just keep in mind that we come from a way more toxic environment in PD, in my eyes. And we still have the rotten people, right? And there will always be people that join and then get to a certain point and then start acting how they truly are. And I'm not saying that Caitlyn is a rotten person. I just think that the way that she behaves towards you is unnecessary, brain dead, disrespectful, you know, all of the above. And we already talked to her yesterday. I'm gonna schedule another, you know, talk with her in city. Because, like I said, I
That's
don't
what
want
I'm
to.
saying. Like, we keep talking to her. Bronson talks to her. Corleone talks to her. You talk to her. So are we missing is Filson and Tamiki?
Well, that's what comes down to the issue, right? Where even we as High Command talk to someone, and then because we want to do shit in city, but because of time zones or whatever, we are also not communicating it in the right way, so that's also an issue on our end, for sure. So we need to fix the issue for both you guys, but also for us.
Honestly, I'm fine with people just leaving me. Just if she don't say nothing to me, I'm good to go. But that's not the case. The bitch is out to get me for some reason, and I keep doing this, turning a whole cheat thing, waiting on somebody else to address my problems, and I'm not used to it because I've like I can put us in a spot to where you're not gonna be comfortable with me every day. Then you're gonna feel how I feel when I fly the fuck in and I see your name or hear you on the fucking radio. There's a list of people in the radio LSPD. We probably have the most on every day. Why is it always me and Jimmy? Hey, Portiana, Jimmy, I got somebody here for an interview. Can one of you come do this interview?
You know what the
No,
reason
we're
is?
busy.
There is actually a reason for that, and you should actually appreciate it, because that means that people trust you, dude. And in Caitlin's case, I don't know why it is, but that besides that, if people always ask for you or whoever, that means they trust you and they know that you get shit done. It's kind of how you started with me, right? You also always contacted me instead of like Filson or Tamiki or whatever. It's just because of that whole thing. And obviously Caitlyn is like a different case. I don't know why she's doing whatever she's doing. But for other people, you should see that as a big compliment. Does it need to be more balanced? For sure. It needs to be more balanced. And I think that it has been an issue that I have seen from captains where, for example, the interview channel. I see a lot of people asking for an interview and nothing happens. You guys need to be on that, and it shouldn't always be the same people. Jimmy is for sure busy with the whole detective shit, and then it shouldn't only fall on Porciana. We also have lieutenants that should handle that. So that's up to the captains to delegate and tell it. You don't ask anymore as a captain. You tell them. You say, hey, you do the interview. And obviously, you want to do it in a respectful way. Otherwise, they will start complaining about you. But the time of asking is kind of over. You say what they need to do. Again, in a respectful way.
Well, I can tell you right now, and I put it in my coaching little things. The last few times I've been seeing that Allie, for example, was out on the field, and I'm just like, hey, we got people here. And I was sitting in the lobby next to the person. I was like, give me a second. I know for sure me and Jimmy can run it. We can do it. That's why, that's why we got promoted, because we showed already we can. But I went and talked to Jimmy. I'm like, listen, they want us, even though we know we can, they want us to be able to, delegate and have other people do it. Just like with the roster. To me, the roster is a one-man's job. The fucking LSPD roster is a one-man's job. I can look at the reports, count them at the same fucking time, go through the names, see who was active, put them on. All that shit is a one-person's job. And I was literally about to go do every fucking thing. And then Lucy called me out. Lucy said, you know what? Damn, Porciana say something for everybody. And I'm like, okay, she got a point. Let me just sit back. And let me just not do it because I know I can. And it opened my eyes a little bit. So I sat back and I said, well, let me see. And then now look, the shit's still like barely getting done, or barely finding people. And I'm like, you know what? If it was just me, Lucy, and Jimmy, what no disrespect to nobody else, but what else would we need? If all of us are handling everything, but we're trying to open up. I try to let other people, hey, I know Allie don't care if she ranks stuck or she wants to sit in that spot. But with a person like that, do I still let them keep saying no? I literally sat there. I said, Allie, I need you to do this interview. I need you to do whatever, or conduct this training. Oh, I'm on the scene right now. Somebody's hostage. Okay, understandable. I told her I got to come back in 10, 15 minutes. I literally stood there and I waited. She went to a next call, and I'm like, this is the shit I'm talking about. Nico, he was on the scene yesterday. We had an interview. I called Nico. He said, oh, he on the scene, whatever. I said, okay, I need you in the captain's office after this scene. After the scene, he came. I told him about the training. he had no problem. He did it. You know, it's little stuff like that. I know I can do it, but like, holy hell.
Yeah,
I,
yeah, I get it. It basically comes down to if, like, interviews need to happen from sergeants plus, right? And if there is a sergeant that doesn't do it, he shouldn't be a sergeant. Simple as that. So that's what we also need to start noting down, right? So once we have whatever way we have to say shit like that, and we notice that, for example, Jimmy Dunn is never doing interviews, even when asked, we note it down in the channel. If it keeps happening, we talk with him.
Sheesh.
And then Jimmy gets fired. No, not fired, but you get it. You get the idea, right? We are
When
just.
it comes to the roster responsibility, so for the one that we had, I sent out the announcement 6 days ago. Obviously our promotion is tomorrow. I taught Billy and Rogers how to do their requirements because Billy and Rogers didn't know how, so I taught them over emails and DMs how to do it. Lucy and I split the call signs. One days I was updating, and another day she was updating, and then I went back and updated. For hours, Lucy ended up doing it. I taught her how to do it a while back because originally it was supposed to be John Smith, but we all know what happened to John Smith. And then
I thought it was Blaze and Kai.
it was originally Blaze and Kai, it's Blaze and Kai now, but originally it was John Smith and Kai, but John Smith never got around to it before he got caught for corruption.
I also think that the issue is that Blaze and Kelly, whatever, both have a leave of absence. So we probably want to check next time that if someone has a leave of absence, that they don't get a task, because that's the point of a leave of absence.
Definitely.
Except for
Kelly,
Lucy, by the way,
Jimmy
she just
Dunn.
grinds, even with a leave
Hell
of
yeah.
absence.
No, it's not out to Lucy. Reports, Callie King and Jimmy Dunn both splitted it and got it done. But yeah.
I mean, it's like Porciano said. Marcy, you remember this, right? I did this alone. Like 4 or 5 times after each other, I did the whole roster alone. But the point is,
Yeah.
we need to do this together, because then the roster itself is just a tool to see, the statistics behind it. And then Corleone pointed out at one point, like, it shouldn't only be that, it should be the whole thing, right? But if you don't know which people we have in the department, and, how active they are, all of that, then it just paints a picture, and that's why it's important that everyone does it, because it's a team thing.
No, it's most definitely a
Honestly.
team thing.
What do you want to say, Lucy?
Through my LOA, because I haven't been able to actually clock in as much as I'd like to, or as the other supervisors. But doing the roster has helped a lot. Even without flying in and meeting all of these people, I still feel like I have a decent idea of how they're doing, even just by looking at their hours and reading through the reports. So I think it is important that everyone is involved in it in some aspect, because you're not gonna have the chance to fucking ride along with every single cadet. And do they deserve a promotion? Do they not? So the roster
Yeah.
is super helpful in that way. For me, especially right now.
And definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Heck yeah. It also shows who's truly active and who isn't. I mean, this, for example, we had a guy that had 2 days worth of hours, but only 1 report.
Yeah.
It shows who's active, who isn't active.
You guys as captain just need to start delegating it. It should be ideal that you guys tell the lieutenants, I need you to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, and then you guys will review it. Kind of how I am doing it right now, right? I'm not touching that thing anymore. In terms of, I'm not gonna go to every training. Like I said, I did that 5 times alone.
Yeah.
So now I'm in the position where I'm like, you guys need to do it. And you guys need to make sure it happens. And then I make sure you guys make sure it happens,
Smart.
Yep. So that's the biggest thing that I think that, there are we need to keep better track of what someone does, quote unquote, wrong. Or how we mentor, what we say to, all of that we need to keep better track of. And then the captains need to start delegating more. And then, of course,
Oh, go ahead.
the lieutenants should also delegate more, but it's you know, it's different. They are in the spot between like sergeant and captain, where they also need to be on the field still. Technically, a sergeant is a field supervisor, but you know, the lieutenant is kind of in between both of positions. But go ahead, Porciano.
Well, I don't know. The way I was looking at it when I was talking to Jimmy the other day, me and Jimmy almost put like the most, like we literally have race. Like we have a race of who's gonna put the most hours in. When I go to work and I see him clocked in, I'm pissed the fuck off. I try to think of every fucking reason. I'm like, God damn it. But you know, it's like a fun thing, you know? And I remember Corleone was always talking about, you know, fun or those type of what do you call it, like competitions or whatever. Those are like good, you know, those are like healthy for you, you know, that competitiveness. Because it's not that we hate each other, we like each other, we love each other, but it's making us want to, you know, go more. We're like, oh, let me see, okay, you know, let's go do this, you know, and we work together, we do our thing, whatever. So that's what keeps us going. But the way I look at it, I try to have like everything divided like amongst the captains or whatever. You know, Jimmy, he's a captain, but you know, he's detective, he's the head detective in his department. So, you know, he's mainly focused on that stuff. And me, I try to be, you know, like over the operations kind of sort of in a little way. I try to make sure that we're doing what we can. The only problem is every time I try to do something. So I'm going back to that. So every time I try, they just go around and then it's just a no anyway. So it's like, okay. So then I just don't say nothing. I sit back and just let shit happen. Well, let shit play out. And then there you go. I get a fucking body cam or I'm getting pulled in the office by these same people anyway. And it's like, oh, here we go. Then I just send it to the one of y'all and I let one of y'all deal with it. And then it comes down to, oh, well, first time you're a captain, you know, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that. Do you not see me trying? And then every time I give an opinion or I give the corrective action, it's overturned anyway. So now I just send them to y'all. Here, go to this person because they're going to overturn it anyway. Go talk to Filton. Hey, yeah, I just saw you stand over this man and shoot him in the fucking face. I'm not going to say nothing to you. You go talk to Filton, okay? Or you go talk to fucking Filton, though. And then it's like, well, why are you a captain and you're doing that? And then the questions for me is going to be, yeah, why am I captain and I have to do that? You know, so I don't know. But anyway, I try to let Jimmy, you know, focus mainly. And I'm not just saying me and Jimmy like we're the only captains. I'm just saying me and Jimmy because it's always really me and Jimmy.
It's
So,
like a 60-40 for me, like Sam wanted it. I still, you know, I do my interviews, I do everything I need to do as a captain, but a lot of my focus is building the detectives.
and that's the same thing with me. I focus on, I go out in the field, I go out, get killed a little bit. I respond to all the officers down fucking calls. I go to most of the calls. You see it in my fucking live eyes. But mainly I try to, you know, make sure everything is running right, make sure everybody's in policy. It's following SOP and doing that type of stuff. So I try to make sure the department is running how it should be running while also still doing my part as being out in the field. And I'm not on the radio commanding shit. I'm just sitting on the radio and fucking listen to whoever else is gonna be yelling.
So you
You
feel
know,
like you
or
were being
responding.
undermined, right? By
Most
my
of the time,
commenting,
yeah.
or just everyone,
No,
or
yeah, definitely. The thing is, I don't think it's intentional from you guys, because from both incidents that happened, I don't think they told y'all that I already said no. But I can tell you for a fact that I told them, and their response was, I'm gonna go find somebody else, or I'm gonna go ask this person.
so I
And
feel
I don't
like
chase them down and be like, no, or because I'm like, my problem was I assumed that they was gonna say, hey, I asked Fortiana, she said this and blah blah blah. And I'm thinking that, hey, if my high command hears that and they hear my reasoning behind it, they would be like, yeah, no, I agree with Fortiana, you know, don't do this.
yeah. So I feel
Because
like that.
honestly, I didn't give a.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel like it all just comes back to the point where we just don't know things down enough, so that, because like you said, they're just stupid and they don't say anything. Like that one with Dog, I believe, he didn't mention at all that he talked to you. And me personally, I see the point of, you know, people need to wear their uniform, but I'm also fine with a couple of changes. Obviously now Corleone said uniforms are what they are, you know, so you can change it, so we will go with that. So I said yes, but the moment that I realized, or that you messaged me and said, hey, why the hell did you say yes to him after I said no? Well, I said yes because I didn't know. And I instantly went to him and I said, go back in your normal uniform. I don't like that you disobeyed Porciana. If you do that again, you will be in trouble. And I feel like that's the way that we need to do shit. If you find something out that someone agreed to, that you said no to, just have a conversation. So I think Porciana, in that case, you did it perfectly. And then I feel like you also are mentioning like the Dakota stuff, right? Like where we made a decision. Apparently he was already talked to by Jenkins before you even saw the whole thing. So we didn't really, in my eyes, we didn't overrule your decision because Jenkins already handled it, right? So that's why we didn't do anything.
In a sense, yeah. By the time y'all saw the video, but in that case, I didn't post the video as soon as I got it because I was trying to avoid that. You know, I wanted to make the decision in that case with Jimmy. Jimmy was in the office, and whoever else was in there. And they showed me what happened, and I was like, yeah, like that was clear, like whatever. At the end of the day, he can say what he wanted to say about the car was really close to him, but you were on the side of the car. Everybody knows Michael Flo. If he wanted to shoot you, he would fucking shoot you, and then we just arrest him, call it a day. Or if he wanted to run that man over, he would have ran him over. That did not look like he was trying to run him over. He was right in front of Michael Flo's car as Michael Flo was backing up. And then he turned to the right. That guy kept running towards his car. He walked towards his car and shot him while he was trying to drive away. And then Jenkins went and said what he said. At the end of the day, y'all didn't know that I was already in the process of dealing with it. So that's why I didn't say nothing. Or, I mean, that's why I didn't really mind it, you know. But then when I asked you, I'm like, okay, well, what was the outcome? You know, did he get a strike or what? That's the second time he already killed a fucking cadet and then lied in our. I don't like liars. I feel like I think that's a sign of like fear or I don't know. I don't like it. Don't lie to me, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna